The first death didn't make the news. A sanitation worker found the body slumped against a bus stop at 5:42 a.m., fog still clinging to the street like wet gauze. The man looked untouched. No wounds. No blood. But his eyes were frozen wide open, pupils stretched as if they had tried to escape his skull. His mouth was pulled into a shape that wasn't quite a scream and wasn't quite a smile. On the glass behind him, drawn with something dark and white, was a face. Too wide. Too wrong. By noon, 3 more bodies appeared across the city, all sitting upright, all staring forward, all marked with the same distorted smile. Phones near the bodies refused to work. Screens flickered. Cameras glitched. Anyone who tried to record felt dizzy, nauseous, like something was pushing back through the lens. Online, the whispers began. Momo. At 6:17 p.m., every streetlight on Roland Avenue flickered out at once. A bell rang through the fog, slow, uneven, metallic. Not a jingle. A warning. From the mist emerged a tall figure dressed entirely in black. His coat dragged along the pavement, soaked dark at the edges. His face was hidden behind a long, beaked mask with cracked glass lenses that reflected the street in warped fragments. The plague doctor walked without hurry. Tap. 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 His cane struck the ground exactly 3 times before he stopped beside the bus stop. He knelt slowly, touching the symbol with gloved fingers. The moment he did, his breath caught. It was warm. "She's feeding again," he murmured. Across the city, a teenage girl lay awake in bed, phone blowing inches from her face. She hadn't opened any app, but the screen buzzed anyway. A message typed itself letter by letter. Her hands shook. She tried to lock the phone, but the screen changed. A distorted face filled it, skin stretched tight, eyes bulging, smile splitting wider and wider as if it hurt to hold. Behind her, something creaked. The bell rang once. When her parents checked her room an hour later, the bed was empty. The window was open. On the floor, leading away into the dark, were wet footprints that didn't look human. By midnight, hospitals began reporting strange symptoms. Patients screamed about smiling faces in the corners of rooms. Children clawed at their own eyes. Security cameras captured figures standing in hallways that vanished when approached. And always, somewhere nearby, the sound of a bell. The plague doctor entered St. Mercy Hospital through a sealed underground corridor, one that had been welded shut decades ago during a forgotten outbreak. The metal screamed as he forced it open. Inside, the air smelled of rotten disinfectant, a scent that never truly leaves places where people died of sickness. Gurneys were overturned. Walls were carved with symbols, circles, warnings, names scratched until fingers bled. He opened his satchel, revealing vials filled with dark liquid, bone needles wrapped in cloth, and pages of handwritten notes. "Momo isn't a demon," he said aloud, as if the building were listening. "She's a contagion." Fear made flesh. The lights shattered. Every bulb exploded at once, plunging the hospital into darkness. The temperature dropped instantly. Frost crept across the floor. A shape appeared at the far end of the corridor, thin, crooked, head tilted at an impossible angle. Then she stepped into the light. Momo. Her skin looked like cracked porcelain stretched over something trying to escape. Veins pulsed black beneath it. Her mouth widened slowly, painfully, as if her face were splitting apart just to smile. Her eyes locked onto the plague doctor. "You brought medicine," she whispered, her voice layered with dozens of stolen voices. "They always do." He raised his cane, drawing a circle of symbols with shaking precision. The air inside the circle shimmered. "I've ended plagues that erased cities," he said. "I can end you." Momo laughed. The walls bled. Lights flickered back on, and suddenly the hospital was full. Figures stood everywhere. Children. Adults. Doctors. Nurses. All smiling too wide, all staring directly at him. Momo stepped closer. "You treat symptoms," she said softly. "I am the cure." The bell rang louder. Faster. The symbols on the floor began to crack. The plague doctor tightened his grip on the cane as the shadows closed in, realizing too late that this time, she wasn't just hunting the city. She was hunting him. The screen cuts to black. The bell rings one final time.